365 Never Ending Fight podcast, Health Talk. Got my goddamn Max going, man. This song means a lot to me, man. It helped me when I was, going through my own personal depression. Uh, Mainly this last verse he about to spit. Yeah, this last verse right here helped me through a lot of things right here. I gotta say that before I hit rock bottom. Once again, this is 365 Never Ending Fight podcast, Health Talk, right? I'm very excited about this podcast journey that I'm on. Um, but this platform helps people who fight a chronic illness. It allows them to come in a place and allows them to express themselves. Um, so, like I said, I'm very excited about that. It helps me a lot. This is a form of therapy for me. Just being able to speak on different things that sickle cell throws my way. But main thing, first thing, is the introduction of 365 Never Ending Fight, right? I started 365, as you can see on the backdrop. It got established back in '06. How it came about. I worked for Hawksworth for quite some time, 7 years to be exact. I started out in the field at Hawksworth Blood Center on coordinating blood drives, uh, which was very cool. I heard a lot of reasons why people didn't want to donate. Uh, I'm kind of biased on that, coming from a guy who used to getting stuck, maybe 10 times in one session, dealing with these emergency rooms. But, this is where 365 came from. The reason I started 365, once again, like I say, it's just me being a child, dealing with sickle cell. I know all my insecurities, things that I was hiding, I was suffering in silence, and I knew, people were out there just like me. I knew I wasn't the only one in the city that I'm from, in the neighborhood that I grew up in, that was dealing with sickle cell anemia. So, with me working through Hawksworth, I met a few people, just basically, saying they thought they was the only ones in that community or in the city, to be exact, with sickle cell anemia. So that tells me that, somebody dropped the ball somewhere. So, or we not making enough noise, so or we not targeting the right uh, locations, you know, that deals with, sickle cell. So, and also lack of resources. Because one thing about any kind of chronic illness, I'm speaking specifically from sickle cell, but any kind of chronic illness, you need resources. You need tangible resources. Sometimes it's hard to get out the bed and to make certain phone calls, look certain things up, and there's nothing wrong with having somebody there to hold your hand in a time of need to give you some information. But not to dwell too long. Once again, the meaning of 365 never ending fight. Well, the meaning of 365 never ending fight, as you can see on the slideshow, the PowerPoint I am using, 365 never ending fight describes the battle sickle cell patients will endure doing basic things such as just, going to school, going to work, being a spouse, a brother, a sister, just going outside and playing. Uh, so we assist with that. That's where the name came from. It's a constant battle, especially if you're talking to adulthood, young adulthood. We got a lot of young adult parents. It is a 365 days of battling, just trying to be productive, a productive citizen, being a good parent, student, boss, etc. That's where the name came from. Okay. First off, what is sickle cell anemia? Just for the folks who don't know, right? For the folks who don't know what sickle cell anemia is. And this is the way I just, first off, sickle cell anemia is an inherited red blood disorder uh, that carries lots of oxygen in the red blood cells, which cause a lot of damage. The best way I like to describe sickle cell when I speak to people, think of your vein as a straw, right? So take a straw, perfect shaped marble, push it through that straw. It's gonna move freely. It's not sticky, rigid. It's gonna flow, right? So mix sickle cell in there. Sickle cell, just how it sounds, is shape of a sickle. Excuse me. It's in shape of a sickle, right? They sticky, rigid, and it's not a perfect round, oval shape, circle, whatever you want to call it. It's not that. It is a sickle shaped cell, right? So as you can see on the diagram on a PowerPoint, you see where the sickle cell is clogged up in that artery right there. This is where you see where it's a back blockage. That's where the pain come from. That's where organ damage come from. That's where all the complications start with when you talking sickle cell anemia. Excuse me. Okay. Just fast forward it. Just to end on this for what is sickle cell. Just know that sickle cell, yes, it is inherited. Yes, your mother and your father has to be a carrier. Uh, you know, it is not contagious. Different things like that. But sickle cell also produce a lot of complications, right? These are things that people struggle with. I'm speaking specifically for sickle cell anemia right now. These are things that people, sickle cell patients struggle with. It's physical complications, right? You have avascular neurosis. You have acute chest. You have eye problems, and it's caused. Think back to that diagram I just showed you. That's where it's caused. When, for example, let's speak from avascular. Just me. I have two metal hips, metal shoulder, working on my right one. In the hospital they call me the bionic man. You think it's funny, but hey, it is what it is. But how that happened is the blood stopped flowing to the part of that bone area. The blood stopped flowing to the bone area, which caused the bone to deteriorate, which caused the bone to die, basically. Without blood being flowing in that area, you will have some issues, and you would need a hip replacement, a knee replacement, a shoulder replacement, something along them lines, and that's how they're able to fix it. It's the only way to fix it. And you only allow so many hip replacements, shoulder replacements before they have to chop it off. But that's a different topic. But you know, so like I say, for us, let's move right along. For us, other complications, right? Now we talking mental complications when we talking sickle cell. That's a whole nother beast, right? Then we got IQ deficiency, right? We have depression, anxiety, PTSD, etc., right? And this is some things that that the foundation helps and educate the parents and the child when we talking, mental health and physical. Because sickle cell and mental health go hand in hand. I mean, you can't have one without the other one, to be honest. Because just think about it. Imagine somebody, one of your close friends, that's battling the same illness that you are battling, right? And you get that call, such and such, and passed away. He passed away in his sleep. She passed away in her sleep, right? I had a friend years ago, by the name Bumpkin. She passed away in her sleep, right? Now, when I found that out, I've been knowing her for years. We've been in the same children's hospital together at the same time. We come up in the same neighborhood. But it was times where I was scared to go to sleep. I was scared to, I didn't sleep for 2 weeks. I stayed up till I passed out, if that makes sense. You talking about anxiety at an all-time high. You can't help it. You see somebody who lose the battle to the same illness that you're fighting, yes, you will have some anxiety. You will have some PTSD. You will have some depression. You will have some lonely nights to the point where you say, why even try? Such and such passed away. I know I'm next. But those some complications that sickle cell patients deal with. I'm not gonna do it too long. But just to keep it flowing, just look at the diagram here. There's just some percentages of the things that sickle cell patients deal with for the cognitive and psychological effects due to sickle cell anemia. For example, this is another thing that we help out with at the nonprofit at the 365 Never Ending Fight. Just for example, you got a lot of kids coming up. A lot of kids with sickle cell. Some of them had strokes. Different things like that. So imagine you getting up in high school now. You're not gonna go into that school and tell them, I had a stroke. My reading level was at a certain level. My reading skills at a certain level. My math, I need help with math, reading, writing, spelling, pronunciation, things like that. You're not going to do that. So what's going to end up happening is that child gonna suffer in silence. They have no. The parents need to understand there's things that's in place that protects your child in school, and there's things in place that protect your child at work. But these are different things that sickle cell patients deal with. As you can see, uh, sickle cell causes physical and mental disparities. Like I said, but 365 never in a fight is what it's all about. I just listed a few things that sickle cell patients deal with, uh, some complications that they deal with, and we not like I said, I'm speaking from sickle cell because that's what I know. I know a little bit about sickle cell, but we just don't treat or coach or support sickle cell. We support all chronic pain, all chronic illness, mental health, uh, etc. Chronic situations. Um, you know, I also partnered up with an entity called Healing Connections. We're a real talented mental health therapist. So it's a one-stop shop. So you want to come in and you need some help, or just want to come check it out. You can visit the website. The website is www.365neverendingfight.com. Just visit the website. Learn more about it. But what do 365 do? How do we help? And I'm gonna touch on before I leave. And how can you help? But first off, how do 365 plan on attacking this problem? Right. First off, uh, we deal with trauma focused care. Uh, we deal with mentorship therapy. We have workshops. We have different things. Like for example, I teach it's a lot of sickle cell patients I know who really depends on that narcotic. They depends on that oxycontin. They depends on that Percocet. They depends on things for their treatment. But there's other things you can do before you tap into that. I mean, it's different things you can do that you can tap into before you jump right into that narcotic. I understand you will have to take your medicine. I know this to be true, to be a fact, but all I say is don't depend on it. That's where the epidemic come from right now. This is where the heroin epidemic come from right now. So, we teach them how to cope. We teach them how to fight. We coach them on different techniques and skills, to build to, fight against sickle cell anemia. Like I said, even for the parents need to understand what their child is dealing with. So we have parent support, is here for them too. Family support. Like I said, because it's a family thing. Like I said, I was out of my mother's kids. I'm the third one. Uh, so I'm the third one, which is the youngest one, the only one with sickle cell. So I remember coming up and, the kid's gonna be jealous. If one kid is sick, or I like to put sick, air quote, one of them need more attention. Some of the kids can get jealous, right? Which cause a whole nother problem long down the line. So, they need to understand that they need their help too, as a sibling. So it's not just, you know, the parents. It's a whole family of support that is needed, and we teach them how to deal with someone in their family, how to take care of them, how to be a support system for them. And like I said, other things we do, they come in. We started from age 10 to 20. That's the ages that we start at in this mentor group, this life coach group, whatever you want to call it, support group, tangible support. We started from the age of 10 to 20, right? So the first part of this group, what we do is we teach them about their illness. We coach them about who they are fighting on a regular basis. That's why when you see the logo, where do you see that? Let me point. Oh, there it is. Boom. When you see the logo, you see the boxing gloves, right? I love boxing. So I do consider myself in a fight 365 days a week because I wake up thinking about sickle cell. I go to sleep thinking about sickle cell. And all in between is me starting businesses and doing things in the community, etc. But when somebody got that much of your attention, yes, you need to understand, what that opponent is about. And that's what we do at 365 Never Ending Fight. We teach you about the opponent that you are fighting on a regular basis, right? So, like I say, once again, man, that's what we doing. We teach them how to deal with that, how to eat, uh, how to meditate. Uh, you know, we use artistic expression as well for your mental health. Some of them things in the back of your mind could turn into some beautiful artwork. So, we can teach you how to become an entrepreneur. That's the main thing because I lost so many jobs dealing with sickle cell anemia. Is sickening. It's a lot of things I didn't know. That's why I was getting fired in the hospital, while working at the same hospital I'm at. So, like I said, just more learning about your illness, develop coping skills, self care, mental health, build professional skills and economic skills that you would need to know. You know, uh, you still can be successful while battling a illness. Don't think, a lot of people, a lot of sickle cell patients, think, man, yeah, my doctor told my mama years ago I ain't gonna live to be 30. Why try? You got a lot of people like that. Their life is so much in pain, they don't even want to get out of bed and even try. You have to be comfortable with your own pace and nobody else's pace, and you too can be successful while battling an illness. So don't think that it's not possible. It's very much so. But so like I say, 365 never ending fight. So keep moving along because I know I can't rumble on a little bit. Uh, First thing, how can you help? If you want to help, right? First off, website www.365neverendingfight.com. You see it scrolling down at the bottom of the video. Also, Cash App. Uh, right now, I'm dealing with Cash App. So as you can see, right up under the PowerPoint, Cash App, donate $360 365 N.E.F. Foundation. No donation is too small. Any donation is appreciated. We are a charitable organization, and your donation is much needed to help bring our services to the black community, to any community, anybody who need the help. But when we talking sickle cell, we talking black community. Uh, so we all know there's no money in sickle cell, so we need support from people like us who deal with sickle cell, who know what it's about. It's sad that people suffer in silence, scared to open it. Well, let me not say that. I said that last time. I am a part of groups online, on Facebook, uh, sickle cell groups, and they do speak out. They speak out, and I love it. They document their journey. They document their struggles. I love it. But what I want to see is more. Uh, I just want to see more support when it comes to sickle cell. That's all. The same support that diabetes gets, same leukemia, cancer, etc. I want to see somebody do that same support. I remember somebody told me today, man. So, I heard this the other day. Somebody told me that he like, man, I ain't never seen nobody do nothing for sickle cell. I mean, it was sad to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie, I laughed at it because it's just what I do. But it was sad to find out that somebody to tell me, I ain't never known no one to do anything for sickle cell. And it's a fact. You know, they're like they ashamed, to do things for sickle cell. We know ain't no money in sickle cell, but sickle cell still need the support that any other serious chronic illness, they get. But like I said, just be sure to support our fundraisers that we do, the fundraisers that we do, our different events that we put on. Anytime you see 365 Never Ending Fight hosting, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, buy a ticket, support it. Why not? For what I hear, the events be off the chain, but you know what I mean? Like I said, it's cool. They doing a lot of things in the city, in the community. Like I said, we also doing blood drives. We do blood drives because we understand that sickle cell patients, a part of their treatment is blood transfusions, right? Like I said, I used to be an employee at Hawksworth, but I never stopped doing blood drives after me leaving Hawksworth because I still saw the need. I don't get paid for it. It ain't about the money. It's about I got too many friends that receive blood transfusions on a regular. How can I not participate in that? So the up and coming blood drive we have is November 24th from 11 to 5. We have food trucks. We have vendors. Like I said, it's going to be at 1717 Section Road. Come to Suite 217 to check in. Somebody will escort you down. Um, like I said, it's gonna be a whole block thing. It's gonna be a whole Roseline community, Roseline business district. Uh, so, like I said, it's a fundraiser and blood drive. Let's not forget that because yes, we are a 501c3. We are a nonprofit. We need the help from the community. We need your donation. No donation is too small. So if you can't donate blood, make a donation. Uh, or if you want to ball all the way out, donate that blood and make a donation. We call them all stars. Just letting you know that. But so like I said, I'm excited about these events we got coming up. We got some great things coming up in the top of the year. So just check us out, man. Support it. When you see 365 Never in Flight fight, please support it. Uh, don't wait till your baby need help, before you start making some moves. Start planting them seeds and start making them relationships. And if you're an entity in the city, please reach out. Better yet, we're going to come to you. You will see my face. I do a lot of the marketing and contacts, so you will see my face. So I'll be popping up. But anyway, 365 Never Ending Fight. We do life coach, mental health, learn more about it. But I'm going to end this. I'm going to wrap this up. I appreciate y'all. Looking forward to it. So when you see a 365 Never Ending Fight event, don't hesitate. Come check us out. We do great things in the city. We do great things in the community. And it's fun. We love it. We love what we do. It's embedded in us. And, be easy. Holla.